Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of our podcast. In case you missed it, we are rebranding the podcast to Timeless Style, Traditional Values. Each week at 7 p.m. on Friday, we are going to be posting a new episode where 3 generations of fashion experts will be discussing all things timeless style and traditional values. We're unfortunately down one member of our 3-generation panel of experts here. She will be back with us next week. She's busy doing all kinds of Easter preparations for our family, so we can't really fault her too much for that, right? But this week, we thought we might discuss what does it mean to have timeless style. If you've been around here for a long time or even just a few weeks, you'll notice that we've been talking a lot about timeless style. And so we wanted to define that for all of you today, what that means, what that looks like, and what this podcast is going to look like moving forward. So Mom, can you give us a definition of timeless style?
I think a good definition of timeless style is when you are shopping, you need to look at something and say, is this going to be in style a year from now, or even better, 10, 15, 20 years from now? We've talked about this before. I'm old enough to have items in my closet that are timeless, that have been in my closet for 30, 35 years. And in fact, I have some of my grandmother and my mother's dresses in my closet that obviously have withstood 70 years. So when you're looking at a piece that you want to put in your closet, look at it and say, yes, it's in style today, but is it still going to be in style 50 years from now? Usually something that is timeless is going to fit your silhouette well. It's not going to be oversized, sloppy looking. It's going to be more of a fitted look. And we also choose to purchase timeless style pieces that are made with natural fiber. So a really good wool trench coat. A really great cotton button down, a really great silk blouse with a bow that is very timeless.
Yeah, so I think the key to distinguish is you're looking at timeless style versus a trend. A trend is something that is only going to be en vogue right now. It's something that, have you ever seen somebody walk around and you're like, oh, that person looks like they stepped out of the 70s. That's not timeless. Or,
Right.
Oh, that person looks like they stepped out of the 80s. Not timeless. That's how you know that something's not timeless. If it looks like a particular decade and it's kind of like a negative connotation toward that decade, probably not going to be timeless. Now, I know I look at a lot of stuff, I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. It looks like it's from the 50s. That's timeless. Usually 50s style and before is very timeless. That's kind of what I think of when I think of timeless style. I think of something from the 50s, a shift dress. Those are 50s, maybe early 60s. An A-line skirt, that's definitely 50s, 60s. Wrap dresses kind of came in the 50s, early 60s. Shirt dress, blouses, slacks, things like that. Very timeless.
I think I also want to say that I think timeless usually is more conservative or modest. So if something is too short and you can't bend over in it, probably not timeless. If something is too low cut and you have to kind of hold it like this when you bend over, probably not timeless. I'd like to say that timeless pieces often are very functional and more modest.
Exactly. So what else can somebody do besides looking at actual clothing? Because something that's a key point about timeless style, it's not just the clothing you wear. What else can you do to embody timeless style in your appearance besides choosing timeless clothing styles?
I think it's important to know your body type. I also think it's important to know what colors look good on you. So someone who has a pear shape is going to look good in an A-line dress. It makes that A because it's going to be very forgiving on the girl that maybe is a little more hippie and has that, like I said, more of that pear shape. Someone who is more straight up and down is going to look really lovely in a wrap dress or in a shift dress. So it's important to know your body type so that the timeless piece that you're purchasing is going to look timeless and beautiful on you. And then we can, of course, talk about accessories. Pearls are always timeless. Gold is always timeless. A petite stud earring is always timeless. Then we can talk about purses that we carry. You know, a clutch purse, not too large, is always very timeless. And shoes, of course. The kitten heel's timeless. The stiletto shoe is timeless. Make sure that you are wearing the stiletto with the proper dress, the kitten heel with the proper dress. You know, if you have a great pair of timeless jeans, I have a pair of Levi jeans that I bought when I was probably 21. They still fit me. This is another great reason to make sure that you stay healthy and maintain your weight, because I am still able to have a timeless closet. I fit into a lot of the clothing that I did wear 35 years ago. So my Levi's jeans, I'm able to wear those because they are timeless. They're button fly, if some of you remember that. They're button fly Levi's jeans, and I'm able to wear them with kitten heels. I wear them with cowboy boots. I wear them with high heels. That's also, I think, a quality of a piece that's timeless. You can wear a variety of shoes with it, dress them up, dress them down.
I think another thing that comes to my mind when I think about timeless style is hair and makeup, right? Because you can have a really great outfit, but if your makeup is way too much, or is all the wrong colors, or is, you know, you've shaved half your eyebrow off because that was a trend a few years ago.
Or you're wearing lashes that look like they should be on a hairbrush.
That look like you can fly away when you blink. Like that is not timeless. You know, or having a really trendy haircut that, you know, we all know the quote Karen hairstyle where you think of like the early 2000 mom hair that's like super short, but like shorter in the back. You know what I'm talking about?
That's not going to transcend.
Not a timeless hairstyle, not timeless makeup. You really want to put together the whole package. And that's something that definitely takes a little bit more effort. It takes a little bit of intentionality, a little bit more thought.
But once you begin doing it, it'll be very easy for you to just grab a dress, know which shoes go with it, and accessorize well. And you don't have to take a lot of time on your hair and makeup. I know that there's been many days that I'll just put on some foundation quickly, mascara, fill in my eyebrows a little bit, and a red lip, and I'm good to go. A red lip can really cover a multitude of sins. You really look put together when you have a classic red lipstick on.
Yeah, I think another key theme that you'll notice in this podcast is that we might often talk about less being more. I know we all love Dolly Parton saying more is more, right? That's just, it's so funny, and she totally embodies the more is more vibe. But I love Dolly. She's not, you don't look at her and think, oh, timeless style, right? Her hair's way too big. Her makeup's way too much. Her outfit is way too tight. That is Dolly's signature, and that works for her, and that's great, but that's not really a timeless style. Yeah. So we have the Dolly Parton who is not timeless. Mom, who comes to mind when you think of timeless style? Are there any particular individuals, whether past, present, that embody timeless style that we can use as a reference point when we're picking and cultivating our timeless wardrobe, our timeless style?
So Audrey Hepburn always kept herself very fit. Clothing looked beautiful on her, and she had a very classic look. A lot of cardigans, kitten heels. Things fit her silhouette well. You never saw her with something that was oversized or sloppy looking.
Or too tight.
No, not too tight. She always looked very put together. And so you see pictures of her in the 50s and 60s now, and she still looks so fabulous. I think that Ivanka Trump looks timeless. I think that Melania Trump looks timeless. I think that the Prime Minister of England, the Iron Lady.
Oh yes, Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher always looked very put together. Her hair, her makeup.
Her hair was definitely 80s, but it was traditional, right? Like traditional, like you look at that and you don't think, oh, that's a bad look from the 80s. You think, oh, that's like the traditional 80s hair. But she had her suits that she wore.
She had a lot of bows.
A lot of bows. She would have a brooch on sometimes. That
are very timeless.
Very timeless.
Jackie O is very timeless, and she had the big 80s hair. 60s hair, excuse me. But it's still, some girls still wear their hair that way today because it can be timeless. So if you're wearing all the right pieces with your hairstyle like that. So those are a few people you might want to check out their pictures. I know that at Culture of Life, we're trying to have more timeless pictures, timeless styles, timeless dresses that are really easy for you to grab and go.
Like
especially
this
with
wrap
our,
dress.
Yes.
Has a fun little bow on the side, plenty of coverage up top. It comes
Made of
almost,
cotton.
Yep, it comes almost all the way to my knees. So, you know, it's very conservative. I feel comfortable and confident when I wear it. And I know
style is easy.
And this
it's
is
very easy.
And this is something that I could see myself wearing now as a 25-year-old. My mom is 54, 53.
I'm 53.
53.
A little bit
sorry. She'll turn 54 this year. But you could wear this. It would look great on you too.
Yes.
Mom
could wear
you will see her next week. She could wear this and it would look great on her. So,
and you have worn this top, which I consider timeless. And I wear it often, and Mom wears it as well. So again, 3 generations are able to wear a timeless look and a timeless style.
Exactly. So that concludes our first episode of our new revamped Timeless Style Traditional Value podcast. We hope you like this format. There will be times that we're going to talk about particular people and what they're wearing and the good, the bad, and the ugly of fashion in our world today. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to primarily be focused on different elements of timeless style. So, you know, how do you cultivate a timeless wardrobe? What can we learn from different generations of people? We'll have Mom on the show to talk about, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and what trends from her day and age are still lasting through to today. So make sure you're tuning in every week because this is the year of fashion. This is the year of timeless style and traditional values. You should wear your timeless style and embody your traditional values very, very proudly. And we hope that we can help you do that and make your life a little bit easier on this podcast. So if there's anything that you want us to talk about, any particular aspect of style or fashion, or if there's any particular person you want us to talk about and analyze their outfit, let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you. It's literally one of the highlights of our week is to look through the comments and see what you're all liking, what you don't like, and what you want us to talk about. So with that being said, we're gonna sign off. We'll see you back next Friday at 7 p.m. for the next episode. And until then, don't forget timeless style and traditional values.